Now, it's just over a week since we first heard news of the terrible earthquake that happened in Nepal. Thousands of people killed, hundreds of thousands of people still unaccounted for. And the Nepalese community in Medway really have rallied since this time to get aid, to get the message out there, and to make contact with people in Nepal and say that there's people in this country thinking of them, offering hope. And on Monday, I went to visit Nina Garung, met her in her home in Brompton, and she joins us on the line now. Nina, when I spoke to you, you were holding a meeting that evening with representatives of the Nepalese community from Medway. What was the outcome of that meeting?
The outcome of that meeting has been shared with your radio show as well as Kent Messenger, and it is mainly to reach out to the wider community for help with funds as well as to get the vital essential supplies that Nepal so desperately needs at this time. And I would like to thank the wider community as well as BBC Radio Kent listeners for responding to our appeal in a very, very positive, overwhelmingly positive manner. And we have received numbers of calls from various people who have come here with the supplies or given us vital funds so that we can buy those essential items. We have boxed already over 150 family packs, and this is also because of the thoughtfulness as well as kindness from people from across Kent. Yesterday, we also have the fundraising events going on across Medway and across Kent, I believe, because there are Gurkha Nepalese communities in Folkestone, Ashford, Maidstone, Tunbridge, Dover, as well as here in Medway. We were able to get over £4,000 collections from this stall yesterday in the Chatham and Strood, as well as Gillingham, and we are holding more fundraising stalls today in Gillingham and Chatham as well as tomorrow. In Maidstone, there is a full day of the same fundraising efforts going on tomorrow at the Jubilee Square before the county halls, and there is also a candlelight vigil. So everybody is joining hands, and people who have not been able to give us funds have also been very, very kind in showing the solidarity and expressing their prayers as well as best wishes for our community as well as our country and countrymen. And for all of that, we are ever so grateful to the British public.
Yeah, people have been very generous. You was collecting on the streets in Medway yesterday. Now, we're in a very advanced technological age. If this had have happened, say, 20, 30 years ago, it would have been very difficult getting updates from friends and family in Nepal. But you've been greeted by images that your friends and family have been taking on social media. Have you managed to maintain contact with them?
Absolutely, and also, I mean, like, we have been sharing information from various districts where, communication has been cut off, but volunteers have been going in and seeing the devastation there and communicating via social media what is needed at the crisis hour and, what needs to be supplied as soon as possible to save as many lives as possible within the shortest period of time. And other than that, it has also been very helpful for us to track where our relief funds and our packages have been going, because we wanted to reach out to the villages, to the remote parts of Nepal, away from the city centers, and we have been seeing that all our efforts are paying, dividends, because we have seen the volunteers that we have sent the packages out to Nepal, taking them to very, very remote parts of Nepal like Sindhupalchok and Gorkha and Bhaling. These are the very, very devastated villages where people really are in desperate need. And we have been seeing that these volunteers from the Bekshil Nepali as well as Nepalese Nursing Association UK, they have been reaching out to these areas. And also all the tireless volunteers from the doctors and nurses fields as well as from social work fields. Everybody has been, and also our Nepal Police Force and the Army and the international community, basically, they have all shown that they love Nepal, and all of us in Nepal can't thank enough to everybody who has shown us so much love. during this hour of need.
Yeah, the British people really have rallied. That's Nina Gurung there from her home in Brompton in Gillingham. Well, various aid agencies are involved in the relief efforts. We can also talk to Dr. Hammad Khan. You're from the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association community, and you represent Humanity First, the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association charity. You've very much been responsible for putting people onto the ground and providing relief, Dr. Khan.
We have been incredibly lucky that we were able to respond very quickly, immediately after we got information about the situation on the ground in Nepal. We have a large database of doctors, paramedics, nurses who we train on our disaster response course that we're able to call on. And so we made the calls once we knew what was happening on the ground, and were able to send out a team of 12 who left the UK on Tuesday and right now are on the ground there providing medical relief and other help for people in the rural areas within Gorkha district, which was one of the areas which was mentioned just now.
Now, Nepal is predominantly a Hindu country, but it just goes to prove that when times are tight, when bad things happen, that the world can come together and everybody can help out.
Absolutely, and one of the principles of the Ahmadiyya community, as well as of the charity Humanity First, is to provide help when it's needed to people regardless of their religious background or ethnic background. And we're just happy to be able to give some sort of support to people who are in need.
Dr. Hammad Khan there from Humanity First. Now, we can cross direct to Nepal now. We've got Dowd from Humanity First, the charity. Dowd, what are the conditions like on the ground in Nepal at the moment? Don't seem to have him. He's gone. Obviously, a very distant journey across the Himalayas. We'll head back to Dr. Hammad Khan, though. It is very important to get this relief effort there and to keep the story of the earthquake in the news to maintain that momentum. How are you going about doing that?
Well, that's right. And I think the danger always in these sorts of situations is that once the initial story has died down, people will forget. But the need is very much ongoing, because there is, of course, an immediate medical need for people who were hurt in the earthquake. But there is a massive damage to the infrastructure within Nepal, and the ongoing building effort and the ongoing support for the Nepalese people will take years, many years, and therefore keeping this story going in the news and highlighting the need of the Nepalese community is incredibly important. And we try and do that by highlighting it through all of the various media, through social media, and by bringing the stories of the people back to people here in the UK, the real story, so that they're able to see the impact on people on the ground and really see the difference that it makes to those people through the funds and through the support that we're able to give them.
That's Dr. Hammad Khan there from the Ahmadiyya Muslim Association, Humanity First charity, out working in Nepal with the aid relief.